So, welcome to episode 101 of The Filler Show. This is going to be a show about games that are simple to learn, quick to play, and lots of fun. Because I like Euros, you like Euros, but you can't, well, I can't play 100 Euros back to back. Sometimes you just want a light, fun game. So, that's what this show is all about. However, this episode is a very special episode of The Filler Show because we're going to be talking about cheap stocking stuffers for gamers for Christmas or whatever you celebrate. We don't judge, right? So, yes.
There's the
So,
stocking.
everyone wants a $50, $60, $90 game. That's great. But there's a lot of great things that you can get for your gamers for stocking stuffers or actual presents that don't have to cost very much, that'll be very useful and very appreciated. So,
Yep.
I think we came up with this idea when you went to Target,
I
right?
did. I was in Target, and now I probably wouldn't go in after a week because of the virus. But nevertheless, I was walking around Target, and there was realized it's like because not everyone wants to mail order or whatever. And just walking around Target in 3 sections, I found a bunch of great stuff for gamers that you could pick up at your local Target for stocking stuffers.
All right.
That fit
So
your
I,
stocking, and they were cheap.
I think you said you went to like the dollar spot, and what was that?
I
other-
went
with
the three
dog?
sections I went to were obviously the toys and games section.
Yeah.
The it's called Bullseye's Dollar Spot and Playground or
I-
Playground that right up front,
Is it?
and then
You're making it
which also has a bunch of seasonal stuff in it, and then the office products section, the office supplies section, were the 3 sections I hit that I thought had great stuff for gamers for their stockings.
cool. And I haven't been going out very much, but I did order some Instacart from one of my favorite stores, which is Five Below, which you might not have in your area, but you can still order it through the mail, actually. And as the name suggests, most everything in the store is $5 or less. They actually have, especially for Christmas, a more expensive line of toys and gifts, but actually everything that I got was $5 or less, which is pretty sweet.
And everything at Target that I got is $15 or less. So there's a little, and most was like in the $12 or less range. So, yeah.
Okay. With that said, should we start with your Target finds?
Sure, we'll start
All
at
right.
Target.
So let me put this up so people can actually see the items.
Yeah, so I'm going to actually mention a few items that I don't have here, but they definitely have at Target, and I've gotten at Target. And the first one is Quicks, which is that little roll and write from. Oh, look at that! And in fact, here we have a copy of Quicks. I did not get it, but Quicks.
Quicks is great. Yeah.
Yep, a little roll and write. An excellent roll and write, I think.
I think it's
And-
only about $10.
Yeah, I think that's one of the cheaper ones. They also have for gamers. They have sets of polyhedral dice for Dungeons and Dragons
At Target?
At Target on the rack. It's usually hanging next to the small
It's a
games
little roll and write.
above the
Pretty simple.
above like because they have the D&D essentials and beginners boxes at Target, so they have these extra small boxes of dice which are hanging right there. And who doesn't need more dice? Or
Yeah.
or the gamer, or if there's a new gamer, someone who's just starting their first D&D, just get them a quick set of dice.
How much were those? Do you
I
remember?
don't recall,
That
but they
was
weren't
kind of the
they were
point
not
of the
more
show,
they were
is all
not
I'm
more than
saying.
$12 either though. So
All right.
everything on that,
Seems a little spendy.
anything.
But
well,
or you can order from my friend Andrew at Phone Brain. Plug. And they're a little cheaper than that. But anyway,
so
that's all. You can't go wrong with dice.
can't
really.
go wrong with that.
Yeah.
But again, there are a lot of very good filler games at Target. And the first is, of course, Love Letter. It's not in the packaging, but I got that. I think that is a new
Ooh,
set.
it's so plush
Um,
and velvety.
Yep. And that is the new set, right? Because you can see you can tell from the
Yeah, it is a new
you
one.
can tell from
Yeah.
the art. Yep,
They-
and that's the new one.
Oh, nice
They come in a
tokens.
hanger thing right there. They're all there together.
They're plastic.
Yep, they're plastic now. So
Very nice. So how much was that?
that was
Ish?
That was
I'll
like
take
they
an
were
ish.
like all like $12.95. I think the Love Letter was a little cheaper. I think it was like $10.95.
You're never really gonna go wrong with Love Letter. It's another game that's simple to play.
Yep.
It's only got 18 cards. It sort of started the 18 card craze.
Yep. Sushi Go.
That's a
That
good
is
game.
also in their game, but Game Right and except for Love Letter, Pandasaurus are the two manufacturers now
I can't get
that
that
are
back in there. Sorry.
into that have all the small games in Target. This was even closer to $10. The Sushi Go.
Yeah, and I haven't met anyone that doesn't like Sushi
No,
Go. Like
and
most
I mean-
everyone I know.
And again, it's a great like. The gamer in your life needs a copy, and here's the thing: sometimes they need a second copy because I have 2 copies of these games. One is with my regular gaming stuff, and the other I will sleeve for the point when I can go back to a bar or a restaurant, but I have a quiver. So I often have 2 copies of these small games, or that you play them a lot and they get beat up. And that Sushi Go is another great one for people who aren't gamers, but you want to give them a better game, and it's cute. So it's like the little anthropomorphic sushis and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then the next 2 from
It's very
Panda.
kawaii.
Yep, Pandasaurus, and these are both on the rack at Target again. Are Illusion, which I love.
I love Illusion too. This is good. This is one of the more obscure ones you have.
Yeah,
so
it's
please.
It hasn't gotten the traction in the U.S. market. It's awesome. If you know the game Timeline, it is Timeline with colors, and the colors are and they change whether it's the largest green or blue or whatever.
So you're guessing by percentage, exactly, and every time it changes, and you're trying to put the cards in order, from say lowest percentage of yellow to highest percentage of yellow, or the opposite, highest percentage to lowest. And the nice thing is that you see that all the cards have different. They have all the colors on them, so you can replay it forever. You never really remember how much
because if you remember
percentage.
that the one card's got 50% red on it, but the next time you may be playing it for yellow or green.
And then you challenge, and then on the back of the card it says how much percentage for each. And this I think was only was it like $10 or something?
Yeah, it was between 10 and 12 for that.
This is a great game. Anyone can learn this. Actually, we took this on the Gen Con retreat last year. I was on a cruise. I enjoyed it.
It's so simple,
but everyone could learn
so
it.
Addictive.
Yeah, and everyone loved
a
it.
couple games in a row.
So
you can play it during a game night between games. You can play it at the restaurant. It's not that big. It makes a line, but
and I thought it was out of print here for a while, but
it's back. I got that
Pandasaurus is putting it
month or
out.
2 at.
So I cannot recommend this game more highly.
Yep.
And I'll try to stop making it flash. Okay, here you go.
And then here's the next.
I'll put it on.
Pandasaurus one, which is silver and gold.
Oh, I love this one too.
Which is a roll and right /
Silver
flip and right, technically flip and right.
It is technically a flip and right.
And
Show
I mean,
back
the
so
beauty
you
of
can
this
see
is
that.
you don't run out of scoring sheets because all the cards are laminated. It comes with dry erase markers in there.
Right there.
And it's a great game. I mean, there are probably other podcasts recommending this it's really, but you can. The thing is, it's literally in Target. If you don't have access to an amazing friendly local game store, this is a great game.
It's Phil Walker Harding, so I mean that's a great designer. And basically, you can't really you kind of see well, but it's like Tetris. You get certain shapes and you can use them to fill out your little cards, and you get these points when you finish the card, and there's extra little bonuses and stuff. It's not difficult at all. I learned it in about 5 minutes. Great solid game, real cheap. I was hesitant at first to write on actual cards, but it's fine. It comes right off.
Fine.
Yeah. So they have like a good coating on there. So that's another one actually.
So that's
from Pandasaurus.
compared to Quicks, which the filler or the roll and write has got like 100 game sheets in it. I think you'll ultimately run out of them unless you laminate them. The silver and gold, you'll never run out of them because they're. But the Quicks ones are double sided too.
The Quicks ones are double sided, and usually around the holidays they have a larger. Set that comes with some dry erase.
Yes,
I
but it will
haven't
not
seen it
fit
yet
your
this year.
stocking. It will not fit your
No,
stocking.
it will not.
It's big.
It's big honking.
So those are the games, the stocking stuffer games. Target has got an also a very.
Did you want me to make sure it fits
No,
in the stocking?
I would think they all fit.
Okay. Yep. Passes.
Okay.
Good. All right.
Even silver and gold does. They also have a bunch of very good non-stocking stuffer size games. Like Horrified and Catan and all those.
Those don't fit.
But those don't fit.
So we must
they're
quit.
beyond the scope of this show at this point.
Yeah. Well, we could do another show about that.
Okay.
Later,
So
if you want.
continuing
This is just stocking stuffers.
Continuing my trip in Target, I went
Cheap
to the
ones.
office products section, and there are a lot of good stocking stuffer size things for gamers and particularly like game masters for role playing games.
Oh no!
I know.
I caught it.
So, and the very first one of those is there are a lot of like indie role playing games that use index cards.
Yep.
And you can get a pack of index cards.
You have often been the savior at a convention when you were the guy with the index cards, like to put our names on or pass a secret note, or when I'm going to kill
or
you,
just to keep score. They're out of score sheets.
Write
in
my
a
pizza
board game.
order. Like, they're very useful.
But
So.
they're particularly used in a lot of role playing games. Microscope,
Inspectors.
Kingdom, Inspectors. I think you can use them.
You
That
could-
new
you
that
could
new
use
one
them
we
for-
just got that I just got off Kickstarter.
What'd you
I'm
get?
sorry, did you say Street Magic uses them to build your
Oh,
city?
yeah, okay, cool.
And
Quiet Year,
Primetime Adventures.
Primetime Adventures, you can use them for the quiet year to write down, like,
your stuff, although that's got
your
a bigger
people, and that's my favorite.
So you can get a pack, it's like $1 or less for a pack of index cards. And the other thing they have, and I'm going to put it here because you see, I actually got this from Target, is once you open the shrink wrap on your index cards, and it's hard to see with the light, but that actually came from Target, is they also make the little card box. And in fact, if we open it, I still have cards that I was in my backpack for conventions. And in fact, so your cards don't go spewing everywhere. And there you go. And in fact, you could get the index cards and the box.
Spewing.
Put the index cards in the box and wrap it for the
hold on.
Game Master.
You can just put a bow there and you're done.
Put a bow there and you're
Take
done.
this out,
for
bow,
stocking
done.
stuffers.
Easy peasy. So how much, the box was $1 too?
And the box was like maybe $2.
Yeah, no, that's
If
cool.
that.
That's cool. So yeah, and that's a good tip. I mean, a lot of people don't have those, but it's not a bad idea to throw a handful of those in your backpack.
Yep.
So everything here is gamer approved. Everything here your gamer will use.
Yeah.
So.
And again, these are for more role playing games for either the players or the GM, and a lot of GM stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing is just a thing of sticky notes. If you've
So
got a player
sticky.
or a GM who
so glary.
they need to put a note up on the GM screen.
Multicolor.
They want to mark their, if they don't use PDFs or they prefer the hard copy book, mark, where are the grapple rules? You throw everyone knows that that's the bane of all, even through 5th edition.
Oh,
D&D.
thanks, Demo Ken. I didn't know that.
What?
Don't worry about it. It's cool. No, just go, man.
Okay.
I'm reading the text. You're good. You're good.
So
Just
anyway,
continue talking about your sticky
a
notes.
buck or two, and there's all sorts of different sizes sticky notes. These were the small ones I got to tab
Sticky.
a rule book, but they're bigger ones. They're ones with lines, depending on what you need. Different colors. Like I said, players and GMs often use them.
Oh yeah, I use them all the time.
So there's
Yes,
that.
sir? How much was that? Like a buck?
Yeah, this was
Those are
like
cute.
$1 or $2. I think I got this actually at
It's good for the
Whatever.
toe if you don't want to put the traditional orange in there.
okay. This next one again,
Oh, you could like.
a mechanical pencil, but I got this set
Sorry.
to ouch.
Well, I'm just saying it's useful.
I got
Okay,
this
sorry.
set to show. You could get this set for your GM or your player who
Yeah,
loves mechanical
that's me.
pencils.
Sorry,
But
you're looking.
also, they
Oh, I
also
like
sell
these.
if you have a GM who's got his favorite mechanical pencils, you can just get the packs of lead because you're always running out of the lead, or the packs of, and they have the individual packs of erasers and lead at Target, the combo packs, whatever.
I would feel weird just getting and be like, here, some lead.
Well, but if he's got, he's
I mean,
got
I
his
guess.
favorite thing.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and it's a big pack of
I like this because it
200
comes with
leads.
extra erasers.
Yeah,
Because
that's
I make
why I
a
got
lot
this
of
one because it
mistakes.
showed everything.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you can get individual mechanical pencils. You can get regular pencils, whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, and then like I have a favorite pen, and if you knew my favorite pen, which is this guy right here, this Bic Gel Velocity. I mean, yeah, favorite pen or pencil,
Yep.
that's always going to be used, and it's kind of appreciated because like, oh, you took the time to look at what I like, and
And
that means you care. So
Pens is the next thing up. I just happen to have this that I got at Target, and this happens to be multicolor fine point for the GM who loves to make his maps. It's
well, you
like
could play
he
train
can-
games with this too, but like once.
but once. But the GM who loves to like do his maps up or whatever, he's got the blue, he's got the green, he's got the black, he's got the whole thing. There's also dry erase and wet erase sets and we're gonna get into those later.
Spoiler.
But at Target they also have those, and those are often useful for a GM. And the last thing, this is the priciest
That's
thing
big.
I've got.
No, that's cool.
But it's the nice. This is the small moleskin thing. A GM can use it for notes on their game.
Oh,
I
secret
absolutely
notes.
use it, and you can see that was like whatever I was keeping notes at. My
You are
various,
due for the dentist, man.
Um,
Oh, look.
I take
we
it.
went to
It's in my convention
BFG-Con.
bag. Yep, it's in my convention
Aw,
bag, and I write daily
memories.
because inevitably someone asks me, "What games did you demo?" And if you've demoed tons of games and you have the notes, you can remember
Misty?
what was good, what was not. But GMs may keep them, or GMs may use it as a
Oh, is that
prompt.
Harry Potter RPG when we still liked Harry Potter? Yeah.
Yep. So, convention use.
The size of the moleskin one,
Um,
it is. Does it say on there, dude?
maybe inside. That's the smallest one.
It's the smallest one they have. It's an actual moleskin. It fits my tiny hand.
Yeah, if it's the small one because
How-
it fits in a pocket.
How much was it?
That was $15. That's
At
the
Target?
top end thing because it's
Yeah.
a moleskin.
Does it fit in your pocket?
I don't know.
I was
It
just
fits in my
wondering- oh,
pocket
sorry.
in my convention.
No, I know it does. I'm just wondering
I
because
don't
if it
think
fits in
this
that,
pocket.
that would be
Well,
pretty
wait a
handy.
minute.
What do you got in there?
My hand sanitizer. And
Oh,
COVID.
that's
This
important.
one does not fit in this pocket, but it does.
It'd probably fit in your.
It'll fit my jeans.
Yeah, it would
pocket
fit in your
for
jeans
sure.
pocket. So,
The back pocket of your jeans.
and that's
it
really
certainly-
nice.
Yeah, and that is the
we did pants pocket.
Yep, pants pocket, and it's the most expensive thing I got at Target. But as you say, I got that at Target
Okay,
years
no,
ago.
no,
As you can see, it has the last 2 years of my convention notes in it.
Yeah, I
and
remember
the-
when we went to conventions.
Yep,
Wasn't that fun?
the last hint, or the last thing is that Bullseye's Playground. Right now, it's better during Halloween. Christmas time, they've got a bunch of cool. The one good thing, they've got like the dollar pack of pencils. Everyone needs pencils, and they're like
Everyone
candy
needs
cage
pencils.
or Christmas themed. And they've also got the little bags of novelty erasers.
Oh,
And
Christmas,
so,
like
yeah,
Christmas
well,
ones?
they're
Yeah.
all different Christmas. Like there was one that was all penguins, and I was thinking, like if you were keeping, you needed
Oh.
scoring chits for say Ice Cool or something. You've got all these little penguin
That's
and,
a
and
good
snowflake
idea.
ones. Or if
It's
you're
like custom meeples.
yeah,
even.
if you're playing a Christmas game, you can use them replace your scoring chits, and all they are is the little erasers that are kids erasers, but they're printed with a cool theme on them.
Very festive.
Yep. And the last thing is for next year, we'll probably do another one of these next year.
Mm.
Is if you're thinking enough ahead of time.
I'm gonna put the big screen on so they
Okay.
can see this because it's big honking.
So during back to school, which usually hits the end of August, there's a ton of stuff for
Oh,
GMs.
it is on.
And I know that there are companies that make these custom leather roll-up things for people to put their dice. It's like a combination dice bag and pencil bag and everything. They are available for the gaming market. I think there's a company out of the UK. They are like $30-$40 because they're like leather or
They're really
they're
nice
custom
looking.
made.
I've
And
almost got
they
one.
roll up in their dice bag. Or during back to school, I got the mead for I think this was between five. This was not $10. It was like $6.50 or something. And
Yeah, we're
we'll
not
put
gonna
it-
talk about the lady pocket.
We
issue,
will
alright.
put it on the
Oh,
thing.
I didn't wait because I have to transition it. That's what I messed
Nope,
up before.
sorry.
So there you
And
go.
There's all your, it's just the pencil case.
I'm working on better transitions. I'm
But
sorry.
there it is. It's like there's all your dice in one.
Dice.
all your stuff to play with, and actually I've got all wet erase markers.
As an adjunct, David, why don't you tell them why you use these very loud dice?
And that is my convention bag
Mhm.
because I have the brightest colors for when I drop them on the floor inevitably, and you don't have to hunt for them. That they stand out on the
Yeah,
floor.
sorry, Ken. Look, this
So.
is. I'm always a work in progress, and I'm using Streamlabs OBS.
Yep.
I'm getting the hang of it. Believe it or not, I spent all week figuring this stuff out.
And that's our trip to Target, or my trip to Target.
I didn't go because I'm staying with my mom right now for complicated reasons. Everything's fine with my husband, but so I'm staying with my mom, and she's over 80, so I do not go out as much. Here, would you hold the stocking,
I
please?
will hold
It's
the
really
stocking.
warm. Okay, so you could like wear
Five
that
Below.
really. Yeah. So what I did instead was order Instacart from Five Below. You can go to the store if you want. Although every Five Below I've gone to, I love going to Five Below, but it's a little crowded, right? And if you don't have a Five Below, like I know that Seattle doesn't. I don't really know what other store I can possibly compare it to. Do you have
I
any
don't
other
know.
idea?
I don't. Not
Maybe
in Seattle,
like-
'cause-
Like a Woolworths in the '60s, or because it's just everything's.
Nah, it's not even that. Yeah.
Like, but you can get like, do you need shampoo? You can get shampoo there. Do you need a charging cord? You can get a charging cord. You know.
I mean, it's literally the dollar store, but because it's $5 below or $10 below
it's
at
like
Christmas
5 times better than dollar store.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, okay,
It's like better.
okay, yeah,
there's
yeah.
better quality stuff, and there's really not. There's no food section like dollar stores have got.
Well, there's good candy
food
section because
There's
I
a
got
good candy section,
some
but you're not
Japanese
getting your ramen and stuff there.
candy that won't be
and
featured
your
here.
terrible frozen.
They
pizza
do get
buns.
random current stuff. So I got a drop mix there, like
They were
maybe
like
2
$10.
years ago.
Were they 10, 15? They weren't more than 15.
I think they were 10, man.
Yeah.
I love that, except that my favorite card broke, which was "Here Comes a Hot Stepper." But it's okay because if you watch my other stream, you'll know that that song is on Fuser. That's what I'm saying, $10. And that was pretty awesome. And I tried to get some Animal Crossing amiibo. I tried to order them and they didn't come in. And I was gonna, but then I was wondering if they would work with my. Like it was not villager characters, right? So it was like Isabel and stuff. I'm sorry, this is a
Nope.
little meta. So I wasn't sure if you could like, if you got one of those amibos, if you could invite them to live in your town or not, right? So I ended up not getting them. But yes, that is something that's on my list. But absolutely, you can get Animal Crossing amiibos there, and I've actually gotten a couple of DS games there. Nothing great, but stuff that my son's cool with. So yeah. But anyway, so I ordered stuff from Five Below. So let's start with stuff that falls down first. Goes first. We talked a little bit about this. Gosh, we really need to work on this light. I don't know why it's so messed up like that. What do you think?
I don't know.
So we got these special fancy lights and everything. Okay, anyway, this we talked about a little bit before. These are dry erase markers, and they have a little eraser on each of them, which is handy. And they also have a magnet on them, so if you want to use them
At home.
at home or anywhere. You think it's too close? But see, then the magic of that thing is gone. Because when I get it close, you can see it. This was only $4.25. I think it was a pretty good deal. I like the ones that come with erasers on them. It's just more convenient. Roll and writes are hot now, so these kind of pens are used in a lot of games, but they always run out. They always dry up. You're always very sad. Yeah, I got the big demo can. I got the big bull. I can't think of his name right now. But my friend Nellie bought me that card. That was really nice of her. And so he came and he moved into my house. But I have not played since before Halloween, so I need to get back to that. But anyway, this was not the only one they had. They had a bunch of dry erase without erasers that were cheaper and without magnets that were cheaper. So what you can get might vary. But honestly, anybody who plays roll and writes, I think, would love to get an extra handful of these. I also like these very much for a game that's one of my favorites for parties, which is called A Fake Artist Goes to New York. And I don't know if you've heard about that. It's an Oink game. I think you can get it in Target now, can't you?
Yes.
I can get Deep Sea Diver.
You can get it in
It's an
Target.
Oink
It was
game.
not there in my last trip, but I've seen it in prior trips.
Yeah. A really fun sort of bluffing game that's great for parties, especially if you have a big whiteboard. These are awesome for that.
And
So,
and
go
they're
ahead.
awesome for GMs too, like
Oh,
on,
yeah,
their,
yeah.
on their flip mats, charts, and
Right.
whatever. Or there you go.
Just throw it down there, man. All right, so here's another thing that I actually didn't know about until I was just looking through the Target Five Below thing on Instacart, which is a dry erase eraser. So it's basically the stuff that was on the little tips of those magnetic pens, and it's just a big giant honking one. So this is great. For instance, we tend to use your what brand are those gamer mats that we?
Oh yeah, those are wet erase though. But yes, I know. But that big one that you flip out doesn't too, which is that.
The book one with
Yeah,
the
the one
foldy
that's
stuff.
yep, that foldy is.
So the foldy book. So, and I did try. To be fair, I tried to get wet erase pens, and those are hard
Those
to
are
come
harder.
by.
Those you often have to go to
Staples. I've seen them at Staples, and they'll have like one kind, and you're like, that's it, which is kind of a bummer. But yeah, so this works great for erasing massive amounts of dry erase pens, and this was like $3. So I think this would be great stocking stuffer. In fact, I was just here. Merry Christmas.
There you go.
That's for you, man. All right, I was just gonna give this to you. Moving along. One thing that they have at Five Below in abundance is different kinds of pen bags. All right. I ordered a stand-up one. I did not order this one. And if you use Instacart, you know that sometimes they sub stuff out. Now, I kind of like this one, but I have a feeling that David would not prefer this one. But they have actual stand-up ones, which are great to stand up at your,
Yep.
say workstation, but your
Yeah.
gaming station.
Pencil bags and makeup bags are great
Yeah,
for that.
yeah, like
And
$3.
And in fact, when I was at Target, I did not buy it. They had it was like round and it opened up and it stood up and it was a makeup bag, but inside it had all these pockets and it had another small bag that clipped into it.
Yeah.
And again, this was at the Bullseye, so it was like $5 or under. It was at that Bullseye's dollar section by the checkout.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that opened up and they had a pink one, but they also had a teal one and like a light blue one, which would, and it like sat there, and you could put all your dice in the bottom, put your pens or stuff around, or you know, your paper
It's all
stuff
gone to
or
heck here.
anything. Yeah. So
Alright.
so makeup bags and pencil bags are great for GMs and players. They're highly usable and much cheaper than the custom dice bag that you're gonna get.
I mean, I like custom dice
Dice
bags.
bags, but
They are hell expensive, and they're actually, I think, prone to getting stolen. So just a cheaper one like that, you don't
or
even
they
know
get
if
beat
it's
up,
got yeah.
or they get beat up after using them
yeah.
several years ago in the games and conventions and whatnot, and just get a
Street
new one.
fights, yeah.
Street fights,
Street
new one.
Street D&D, yeah. So
It's chalk markers.
they're alcohol ink markers.
Oh, interesting.
This is a little outlier. This was $5 for this set of 12 specific flesh tone.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, alcohol ink markers. Okay, look, and they're dual tip, so there's a fine point and a thin point. I have not tried this yet, but it is my understanding that people are using these now for miniature painting, and that they work well. Now, I haven't delved into it too much, and I haven't specifically tried these guys, but $5 for all these alcohol ink markers, if it works, and I'm gonna try to like do a face with it in the near future because I do like to paint miniatures. That's a good deal, I think, for these alcohol ink markers. So you get 12, $5, good deal. I'm not gonna throw these.
So we can put them in the stocking.
Oh, here's another little cute one that I actually got at last year at Five Below. It was like $1. The llama, with some extra pencils in it. It's thin plastic. It was $1. It just looks cute. It's an excellent little stocking stuffer. All these little compartment things are great. Before I get to the actual games, you can get there. I got a couple more things. Playing cards, cheapers. Everything looks awful, doesn't it? Extreme playing cards. I wonder if I take this dark background away, if that would help.
No, that's even worse.
Yeah, I know.
It is. Probably the light. Those lights are probably reflecting.
You think it's the outside light there?
I think it's the lights that are lighting us. So
No, those
lovely.
are special magic lights that aren't supposed to.
I know. But
I'll have to talk to my tech person. This is a really. This was okay. So this was $1. There's just too much light. Okay, so the deal is that this is where my husband films stuff. He does. Anyway, it doesn't matter. These are actual professional studio lights. And then but he can't be here because he's doing a 48-hour film festival. So he's like, just do whatever you want with them. And I'm like, I don't know. They're just lighting and they're fine, right? But maybe.
I don't know. There's something.
Anywho,
We'll figure it out.
yeah, we'll figure it out. The camera's picking up. Well, it's just this
But
crappy
see,
little.
your hand is okay at that level.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Because I wanted to show, because these are cute little botanical playing cards. But anyway, they're $1. They had all different kinds of playing cards. Throwing a pack of playing cards in there, never going to go wrong. Now, I actually, in my gaming supplies, normally have a pack of plastic clear cards, which are waterproof. And I'm always like, oh, we're going to play cards in the hot tub. Okay. It hasn't happened yet. But, the dream lives on, and it might happen. They're a little more, but these $1 playing cards, awesome.
And I want to point out, playing
Yes.
cards work both for the fact that you can just play the games with the cards, and they're used in role-playing games too. Savage Worlds, for example.
You
use
do
for
use them in
initiative.
Savage Worlds.
So,
You have that cool Marvel set.
Yeah,
Didn't
I've
you get
got a
that
Marvel.
at Five Below or some cheap?
I got a
They were
Marvel
like
set at
$1 or
Five Below
something.
because I
Yeah.
run Marvel-themed games when I run them at conventions. But if you were running, say, I don't know, Robin Hood or something, and you wanted to use the botanical cards, or you can find a lot of at these stores a lot of oddly themed cards, and if you're running that specific role-playing game that's themed like whatever, there's one that's got cogs on it, and you're running a steampunk game, and you need them for initiative.
Yep.
They're great for GMs.
Yep.
Right.
Okay, now.
Uh-oh. Did you get left, center, right? Oh, no, you didn't. Okay.
I didn't get left, center, right. What did you take me for?
I know.
Jeez,
Sorry.
show some respect.
All right.
All right, this is a little. I got Phase 10 over here, though. We're gonna look at that later. No, we're not. We're never gonna play Phase 10. Okay, so look, it's a pack of M&M minis. Why is she showing us that? She's gone insane and she needs chocolate. Yes and yes. However, these suckers are great after you eat the M&Ms. You can put a couple dice in these, and it's a little
You can
dice
have your own
thing.
set of dice.
You can actually fit, I think, 7 or 8 in these. These are great. So you're gonna put candy in the stocking anyway. Put one of these in, and say, hey, when you're done, it's a little portable dice thing. You know, I could always have this in my purse. You could put this in your right there, and you take your hand sanitizer out for the purposes of demonstration.
And they're
All right.
it's also good for if you're say a GM running a game at conventions, and it's like people don't. If it's one of these games where people just need to show up, it's like here's your set of dice for the game. They play with it, then they put it back in, and you go on to your next game.
Yeah, and I honestly don't remember what this was, but it's the gift that keeps on giving because it's candy and then it's a little box. And I've even used these before for like, I'll put a couple Naperson in them or something, you know, if I think I'm going to get a headache because I will.
Or if you need to bribe your GM and it's all sealed up, it's like in this day and age, it's not like share your candy or snacks you brought to the table, but this is all sealed. It's like I don't know if you need that extra luck point, you might slide it towards.
Give me a Benny. Give me a Benny. Cool.
That's pretty funny.
Thank you. You're good. We did it together. Okay. So actually, and the other cool thing is, I actually got a couple of games at Five Below, and yes, they were $5, both of them. So the first one I got, and this is really heavy, clunk, is called Flash. This is from Blue Orange Games. Look at how many freaking dice are in there. And it is essentially speed Yahtzee, and everyone's playing Yahtzee with their own set of cards. Basically what happens is you've got this here, which is the regular thing that you have for a score sheet, like 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind, whatever, and you speed do it, and there's these little, you might be able to see that's a 6. There, you can play up to 6 people, which is also cool. So there's 6 different sets of these colored dice, and they go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, these big tiles. First person to roll the thing gets the 6, you know, then the 5, and that's how you score it. And then these flashes are wild. That's where the 1 would have been. So, is it an amazing, groundbreaking game? No. Is it a cute game that has a lot of dice that your family would probably play with you on Christmas? Yes. Yes, it is. And gamers love dice more and more. I used to have a lamp that was just filled with dice. So this is a cute little speed Yahtzee game. Plays up to 6 people. Only $5. I got 2 because Merry Christmas.
There you go.
That's for you.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's for you.
Fits in the stocking.
Stocking's getting full. Now, here is what I found to be the most surprising thing that I got. And I bet you're going to be surprised too, David. Look at this. The Blockbuster game. Do you remember when they premiered that at Gen Con? And it was like $20, and it came with a little Blockbuster video sign and a timer. Comes with a timer too, right? And it was $20. So this is called Ready to Roll. It's the exact same game that sold for $20. It's from Big Potato, same people. It's a movie trivia game. The only thing it doesn't have the cool Blockbuster sign. Look, if I go like that, you can kind of see it.
Does it have the timer?
Well, that's an excellent question, David. I'm so glad you asked.
That's not too bad.
Well, you know, I only so much I can do here, man. All right, so I'm doing the best I can. Would you back off? It doesn't come with a timer. It doesn't come with a little Blockbuster sign, which admittedly was cool, but there's a free app from Big Potato that you can use specifically for the timer because there's 2 different modes or rounds or whatever in each game, and they take different times. I actually, for this, I watched the Tom Vassell review of the Blockbuster game, and he said it was a good party game and it got the seal of approval. It didn't get the excellence, but it got approval. So for a game that you could have bought at Gen Con in 2019 for $20, and now it's $5, and download the app, that's like a no-brainer. And this is also, you know, a party game that you can probably get other people to play with you that aren't normally gamers because it's just movie trivia.
I mean, and that's often these trivia games. Often it's worth it just for the cards because the questions you might not even need to play it within the confines of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Just sit down with your friends over a drink.
Yeah.
And just do the trivia part because it's cool.
And there is actually an expansion for Blockbuster. I forget what it's called. Whatever. But so this is the exact same game and just an app and $5. Now this is interesting. It's called this Ready to Roll brand, TM. It's the only one I've seen so far in this Ready to Roll, but I'm gonna keep an eye out for this.
Maybe it's got the Big Potato logo. Right
Yeah,
on the
no, it's
side
Big
of it.
Potato Games right here, without question. That's Big Potato. So it's like I said, it's exactly the same game. I watched the video, I watched some content things, just without the flashy stuff, because there's nothing in here now but paper, so it's much cheaper to make, and you have less suppliers to have to worry about and stuff. So yeah, I couldn't. I mean, $5 a game. You're
Does
gonna
it
play
fit?
this. You're gonna
think
play
it
this
does.
Christmas evening with your family.
I think it does. It may be the one
Jam
that
it in
goes on
there.
the top.
Okay,
No.
wait. We can do it. Sucking my will to live.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
There
yeah.
we go. It does fit.
Sweet. All right, and there's your stocking. And
There we go.
now David has his stocking. That's everything I got at Five Below. But as David said, always great to get more pencils, pens. They have plenty of that. Hand sanitizer, maybe.
The other
Who
thing
knows?
that they have at
Yeah.
Five Below, I don't know how. The question is the price on these. I know they'll fit in a stocking, but they've got small, like battery, Blu-ray speakers. So
They
if
do.
you're the
They
GM
have a variety of
that
those,
does
yeah.
music at the
Oh,
game
no, I
and
hadn't
say
thought of that.
wants to stick a speaker on the the
Good
bookcase
idea.
behind the players to like surprise them with a sound effect.
Why don't
You can
do
get them
that
there,
in
but
our
I
games?
don't offhand. I don't know what they. Again, it's Five Below though. They can't be terribly expensive.
They're $5.
They've gone to 10 on some things, but
Those
yeah.
are $5. I think
Well-
didn't I get one when we went to like shore leave that one
We went to the
time,
con,
and then we got those folding chairs for $5 each, and it was like we were like the kings of the con
Con.
for like
with our
10
folding
minutes.
chairs and our
yeah, we had a really good
but
time
that's
for that.
for the GM who wants to try that. I
Love
think that's
Five Below.
a great
It's a very good idea
because
because
they can run it right through their phone,
right,
right
you
to
can
the
stream
speaker,
it through your phone.
and
so
it looks like
like
he's
I know that you've purchased Midnight Syndicate
Yep.
CDs. You could put that on your phone, and you could just start playing. Midnight Syndicate has really nice ambient sound, or Sirenscape.
Yep,
Sirenscape have an app too, I think.
for that's all
So it's all
subscription
app?
through.
So
the
yeah,
app,
so you have Sirenscape, which is another great audio enhancement.
but it could even
program.
be just a quick effect like an alarm sound or
Ow.
something
Or
a scream
or
or a growl
our favorite, boom, boom,
Oh.
chicka, boom.
or like
If you're walking into the club, boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants.
Yep.
So whenever we're in a game and the DM's like, and then you walk into the club and we all just go boots and pants and
Well,
boots
now
and
they-
pants.
with
Now
that-
you actual ambiance.
for $5 at
You
Five
can't.
Below.
Yeah, you can't beat that. Cool.
That's what we got.
So that's everything that we purchased. I have a few more just general ideas, but did you have anything that you wanted to contribute at this point, David?
I have not, because I see your general ideas over there, so those are
What?
I would do.
Okay. Should I go ahead and do them?
Sure.
I have some general ideas for stuff that I got either very cheap at a store on sale or I got at a thrift store. It shouldn't be any secret to you by now that I like shopping at thrift stores. I haven't done it very much at all recently because, again, I'm trying not to go out. What?
No, nothing. Nothing.
What were you pointing at?
Nothing.
No, tell me now.
Nothing.
No, just tell me.
I was looking at the comments, but there was not any comment. I thought there
That's from like half an
I know.
hour ago. He's probably fallen asleep by now.
I know.
You don't know. Okay, so
I know.
um,
If you do a Twitch and there's no one there to watch
Mhm.
it, is it really a Twitch?
here's one that I actually paid full price for, and I'm sorry that it's a little dicked up, but it's been used a lot. And this was actually on the Vassal one too.
Yeah,
The
it's on
Dice
the
Tower
Vassal.
one, they
It's-
stole it
it's
from
an
us.
awesome-
They stole it from
It's
us.
an awesome game.
This is $20 or less retail. I actually forgot to look up the retail on this. Haba has a lot of games that are great for kids, and they're also great for adults. And if you haven't seen this game, it is just the funnest game. And tell them about the story when you saw it, when you first saw it, David.
I mean, when Haba was first bringing this into the U.S. market, I literally watched a group of college-aged guys demo it at, I think it was at Origins.
Yeah,
Could've been at
I
Gen Con.
think it was Origins.
Probably at Origins. And again, as a kid's game, I sat there, watched them demo it, and determined that the adult gamer who was in a bar or drinking beer in their hotel room at a convention, this would be awesome for them. And in fact, it is. It's a kid's game that is awesome for everyone.
That was fun. It was
It
very
is.
satisfying.
And it's $20. I want to say it's $15.
I think it is
for
15,
this-
but
for
I
the
didn't want to.
regular
Yeah.
version.
Do you remember when we were at Christmas at Luke and Sarah's that one time, and I won by like placing the last card in the entire deck on top, and it stayed, and I won. And that's one of the
That-
proudest moments of my
That's
life. Really.
That's
the one of the
with
weird
adults
ways you can
playing
win,
it is
yeah.
you can run it all the way to the end. Adults are a little more skilled at it. That's why I recommend it for adults who have been imbibing adult beverages. 'Cause
Oh,
it makes it a
dexterity
little-
games are always better when you have a
it makes
couple
it
of
a little more
drinks.
fun, but-
Yeah, adds to the challenge.
but
So I recommend this, and I recommend you get one with much less damage.
you're gonna do one.
Um, But there's a lot of great Hobbit games like this. This is probably my favorite one that adults really love too. I'm a big fan of dexterity games anyway. So something that I always find at the thrift store, always, always, always. Uno. Okay, now before you turn it off and be like, screw you, I'm not playing Uno. Thank you, Demo Ken. Rhino Hero is $15 retail.
There you go.
Totally worth it. Totally worth it. Before you're like, hey, fuck Uno. I mean, I see what you mean. I see where you're going. But let me tell you that this game, that Uno, and I actually have a Minecraft Uno at my mom's house, is the only game that I can get both my son and my mom, who's over 80, to play all three of us together. It's just the only game that they're all sort of enjoy and get. I've tried Quicks. They're almost there. They're not quite there. Yeah, they do actually play by the actual rules, but the thing about Uno, the magical thing about Uno, is that depending on like the IP, because there's so many different kinds. This is Uno Spider-Man. I have Uno Minecraft. There's Uno everything. I'm sorry, I should probably not curse so much. I'm sorry. Every gosh darn thing. They often have like a tiny different rule. Like the Spider-Man one has, I can't remember. There's some weird rule about like sticking a card and bringing it back or something. So yeah. When I play it with my friends, they do, or my son who is 9, he'll be 10 in January, and my mom who's 80, over 80, they play by the rules. The other thing is that I don't like to shame games, and we can shame left, center, right. That's fine, but generally I don't like to shame games because if that's the game you love, fine, and everybody loves different games. And I also always say, if we didn't all love different games, everyone would just be playing Uno. It's just different, like maybe Spider-Man, we'd have Minecraft or something.
Poker or whatever with our deck of cards, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. But I will tell you that when back in the day when we used to have you could go to a game store and play with other people. I don't know if people remember that, but we would have that every Thursday. And a new couple came in, and I was really excited. And they were probably about my age, or maybe like 40s or whatever. And all they wanted to play, and they had the most used, beaten up copy I've ever seen, was freaking Spider-Man Uno. And let me tell you, they were having the best time. They were like, "Oh, gotcha!" Huh? And I tried a few other very simple games with them. I think I tried like Yard Master Express and a couple other things. And then they went back to Spider-Man Uno because they loved it. And you know what? Great. They're having the best time playing Uno. Let them enjoy themselves. That's fine. So maybe consider this, especially if you have a variety of different ages that play. And you can get these new for $10 or less, but no lie, I see them almost every time I go to the thrift store. Most of the time they've been unused. So this probably cost me $1,
often
$1.50.
Below too, I think.
Yeah, but they didn't have any at this time, so that's why I didn't mention it there. Another one that I like that I keep seeing and getting at the thrift store is Corkle. This is actually Travel Corkle, and I got, oh, heck. Also, when I pack, I jam other games into games, so that's why, and this is actually from, I have not opened this since the Gen Con retreat in like 2019, because I packed this in case they wanted to play. This is not my favorite game. Okay, so, but the Travel Corkle, if you ever played Corkle, this is great. They're still wood. They're still very nice. They're just a little smaller, but almost every time I go to the thrift store, I'm going to say every other time, there's a Corkle there. There's a Corkle there. There's often a sequence. Those are 2 games, and you can get them for $2 or $3, and they're great games. Travel Corkle, I bought 2 at the thrift store. They've each been $1.99. I've got one for you somewhere. I'll get you later. So they're much larger, because the thing is, regular Corkle,
It's bigger.
and
Takes up
they're
more
like
table space.
4 times, and they're heavier, and these are like super light and super comfy. So if you're not opposed to it, and maybe this isn't the best time to go out, but when you go out, take a look at the thrift store. Even like an old game of Clue, you're gonna love it, because that's what you started on, right? You started on Clue when you were a kid, and now you moved on. But playing
But
What?
you can't put it in your stocking.
Well, they actually, the thing
They make
is
they make the Clue card game.
that, well, they do, but the other cool thing is that while it's not marketed as ready to roll, at Five Below, you can get $5 versions of like Clue, Connect Four, Battleship, and we've played Battleship before at a game night. We played it with my son. We played Subsearch, which is an older, like a 3D battleship, which is really cool. Yeah, so like you can get those games cheaply, those nostalgic games, and really like around the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas is the perfect time to break out those nostalgic games, right? So I should probably do a thrift store one at some point,
Yep.
but highly recommend it. I might have gotten half of my games at the thrift store at this point. So that's about all I have. David, do you have any final thoughts? Did we do that?
Nah, just leave it.
No, do it.
Just leave it.
Do it.
This
How
is-
much was it?
This was like $10 too.
We know this is going to be controversial.
This was at Target.
Hear us out. You got to put it here
This
or
was at
hold it up.
Target, but it was Catan dice. It's a roll and write. I grabbed it to show. I have not played it, nor have I read any reviews on it. I don't think it's well reviewed.
I have seen some bad reviews of it.
However,
I have not played it.
it has great engraved custom
Those
dice.
are nice dice.
Which have
yeah.
got which have got all the Catan,
I see wood.
wood. What do you call them?
Wood for sheep. Do you have wood, for sheep?
All the God,
Grain. You're doing great.
what is the
Brick,
word?
rock, sheep, wheat.
resource.
wheat.
Thank you. All the resources.
Oh, sorry.
But
I didn't.
even if the game sucks, I think that these custom dice for like a GM, just like mix them in with your Rory story cubes. And
Oh, yeah.
it's a great resource, and it's like it'll come up, and it's like they're all things like in a D&D game.
We didn't mention Rory's
Yeah.
story cubes.
Cubes.
I often find those at the thrift store too. A
So-
Rory story, which are dice that you roll, and they have
tell a
different
story.
pictures on, and you tell a story with them.
Those are great for game masters.
Sid Demo Ken says the game is okay. Lots of other roll and writes are better. Sure.
Yep, but you can get it at Target as opposed to needing to hunt it up at other places.
Yeah, and I absolutely don't want to say like we're not advocating you don't go to your local game store, and let me switch this over and buy great games. But we're just giving you other options, stocking stuffers, little things, so you don't have to buy like $10, $60 games
Yeah.
for your gamer.
Or you're already in Target doing your shopping, and it's like, oh, here's a gamer-related thing. I just came to me in my one recent trip that I hadn't been to Target that often, and I was just thinking, and I was just like, there is an amazing number of stuff for gamers to throw in their stocking.
Yeah, and I think like even when we used to go to conventions in the before time, I remember that we would often like hit the local Target to see if there were any games on sale or see if
Yep,
they had any
or what their
cool
different stock
stuff.
was.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Especially the different stock in that by the cash registers at Bullseye's.
Yeah, the dollar
'cause
spot's
that
often
stuff
different.
is
Yeah,
constantly turning over, and it's like, oh, either from one week there may be great stuff in there to use as counters for your Halloween themed game, and the next week there's something completely different. So yeah.
You just never know.
All right,
Does that mean you're done?
I'm done. You're done.
I'm pretty much done. Do we have any questions before we go? You can. I'm going to post this on YouTube as well, and you can ask anything you want in the comments. So again, I think if you just go to fivebelow.com, if you don't have a Five Below in your area, you can order some of the things I showed you. You can also go to Target.com and order some of the things David showed you. You can also use the Cartwheel app on your phone, and you can do curbside pickup if you're worried about contact.
One thing I've noticed on the Target app is the dollar pack of, say, Christmas themed pencils at the dollar spot. The dollar spot, when I went to the website for Target, you need to buy 10 packs, like the case
Do
of
you
it.
really?
Yes, so it's a little
Oh,
more
I didn't
expensive.
know
That's
that.
the problem. A lot of stuff it's not because they just you
But
buy
it's
the
the
whole
dollar
box.
spot.
I know, but that seemed to be
that's
what it
annoying.
was. So it's
Oh.
not quite as
I forgot to mention these, but I don't know. That's a little.
you gotta
That
transition.
can't everybody. I am transitioning. Hey, who's running this? Who spent all week trying to figure this out and it came out all icky? No, I'm just kidding. Thank you. If you have a 3D printer, you should absolutely look on Thingiverse or the new thing people use now. You can't even see these. These are boats. Oh my gosh, that's so bad. These are little boats that my friend printed for me for Imhotep. So if you have a 3D printer lying around, and I have a real, you might what? I have a real cheap monoprice that I got from that. Can't think of it now.
Amazon.
I just ran out of gas.
Staples.
No. The one it's a web. Okay, anyway, I have a basic one, but it works great to print out that kind of stuff. Chits. I print a few minis out. That kind of things. I'm printing out a bunch of like really disgusting minis for my friend Derek for Christmas. Sorry, he knows I'm doing it. So yeah, that's another great thing too. But just hunt around and find those things, and anything here I would be happy to get as a gamer. Yeah. And if you have any further questions or ideas, feel free to leave them in the comments when we post this on YouTube. And thanks for coming. Appreciate it. You're also welcome to give us feedback on how crappy this was logistically, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Look, I made a little goofy logo.
Yep.
It's all right. All right. Thanks for coming.
Goodbye.
See you later. Bye.